You will not recheck our scores? Fine, have fun with unemployment. Context: I have been working in this health insurance company for the past 3 years. I recently took another position with better hours and better pay, but this time it was to coordinate appointments with doctors and specialists. My metrics were always great, and the reason I was selected for the new position was due to my metrics. This has been brewing since October 2022. We used to have a co-worker, let's call her Karen. Karen is this old lady that thinks she knows it all, everything she says it's right, and she often blames everything on someone else, typical Karen activities. The first time I interacted with her was back in October when I messaged her via our work chat because she messed up prior authorization for a patient, and the M.D office was calling to have the person that created the authorization fix the issue. The conversation went like this: me, hi, good morning. I have an MD office calling requesting to speak to you in regards a prior authorization that looks incomplete. Karen, and you couldn't help them? This is a call center you are supposed to help. And I don't even know who that MD is. Me, you're correct, this is a call center, however you created the authorization, and as you know I cannot fix authorizations that were not created by me. And also they will like to speak with you specifically. I also provided her the patient record number and the MD office phone number. Karen, well, I'm not available to talk to them. Me, okay. I went back to the call. I specifically told the M.D what she said, including that she's not available to talk. But hopefully she will call them back to fix the issue. I also sent a message to my direct supervisor with a screenshot of our conversation, and I simply said, this is unprofessional, especially in an environment like ours. Fast forward the start of the year and Karen took a position with our quality assurance dep due to them being understaffed. I used to work in the QA dep and I knew the ins and out and knew she would be assigned to our dep since she already had experience. Context: our quality assurance gives scores us from 100, and if we miss something we get points deducted. Example: miss HIPAA-20, give inaccurate info -10, don't advise people for our survey -5, etc. In January comes my first bad score in 3 years in the company. It was a 56%. I was astonished because it's the first time I've had a bad score. But I also make sure this score was correct. A company gives us the choice to listen to our calls just to be sure, just in case the quality agent made a mistake. I listened to my call and I did everything right. I completed the information, provided good service, and I asked if the PT need assistance with anything else and provided closing script. On the quality note, it was stated that I didn't offered any help and that I didn't even completed HIPAA. I sent it to my supervisor and he stated that when I offered the closing script the patient asked something and I reply and disconnected the call. Okay. I still said the closing script and his question, and my answer lasted literally 5 seconds. My supervisor still went to her and managed to fix the score to 95% because she felt like I didn't provided a survey. If someone has worked in a call center, you know that metrics are everything, and one bad thing will quickly not get your monthly bonuses, and on top of that we get our asses handed to us by management because if we don't achieve the metrics they also don't get bonuses. I took screenshots of our conversation and saved it in a file, then I sent it to my personal email since I know our IT dep is known for deleting anything that is not a working system or appropriate. Fast forward 3 days ago, or April 18th. I had received several scores ranging from 85% to 80% and only one 100% score. The 100 score, I received it because Karen wasn't the one who audited my call and the other person find everything alright. But the 85% looked fishy since the first thing you see if the patient name. I quickly remembered the call because the person was funny and I enjoyed the call. I listened to the call and of course I did everything perfectly. However, Karen put on the system that she deducted 10 points for not telling the patient that he had a copay for the visit and another 5 points for extending the call. What? I contacted my supervisor and let him know of what happened, however I didn't receive a response. I was confused, so I sent a message to a coworker who told that they have been having the same issue with Karen with inaccurate audits and the department not achieving their monthly goals due to it. Since my supervisor didn't reply, I did what everyone does when management does not reply. I messages Karen. And I sent her a message that just said, hey, I have seen some inaccurate audits and I would like to know if you could recheck them since I listened to the calls and everything was done properly. The reply I received was, all audit scores are final and it cannot be appealed. I knew it was a lie since I worked with quality before and I know it could be changed.
I hated my time working in call centers. I once had my manager berate me because I was guiding the call. Yeah, I was, because that was my fucking job.
Seeing that Karen got her rightly deserved karma sparks great joy. I despise people that make situations/places/companies to work for harder just because they can, and it makes them happy.
I'm glad you and all the other people called her out on her nonsense.
My wife used to work in a call center with scorecards and such like this. She easily spent a full day every week appealing erroneous scores. It makes me mad just thinking about it.
I see a lot of people pointing the missing or misspelled words, but please understand English is my second language. Smiley face.
The reply I received was, all audit scores are final and it cannot be appealed. Ballsy answer, since you'd already had one of her fuck-ups fixed.
I bet Karen went out kicking and screaming, trying to justify the poor scores as your problem because you like to pull her up on being a terrible worker. Well done.